Right, Chair?
All right, thank you. It's our final meeting of 2024, and we are going to excuse Dr. Good and Trustee Maria Garcia's, who, if I recall,
You should hear.
Spain, I thought, right?
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Okay, the meeting material. So we're going to go to the general consent agenda. We've all had a chance to review those and a chance to chat with a few of you leadership on them. Are there any questions on the general consent before I call for a motion? Not hearing any, I will call for a motion. Is there a motion to approve? First, is there a second? Second, okay. We have a motion, a second to approve the items on the general consent agenda. Any debate or discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you for your support. Now, let's go to the action. So let's go 2.01. Yeah. You are.
Good morning.
Come. You're already here. Yes, I was going to say, Jerome Davies.
Well, we wanted to keep this thing rolling, right? Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to be here and seek your approval for a request to name the LS Skaggs Pharmacy for a gift of $1.25 million from the ALSAM Foundation once the project at West Valley is actually constructed.
Okay, so the pharmacy that'll be in the complex. You'll name it the LS Skaggs Pharmacy
Correct. With your approval.
with our approval. Anybody have any questions?
Who are the Skaggs?
The Skaggs family have a long philanthropic history throughout our state, but particularly here at the U. Aileen and Sam Skaggs, formerly the American Stores Company, was sold. When it was sold, they created the ALSAM Foundation. And as a point of interest, they're actually spinning down that foundation. It will not carry on in perpetuity. So they're closing out the assets of the foundation over time.
Okay. Is there a motion on this naming? You have a first? Second? Okay, we have a first, we have a motion and a second to approve item 3.01 on the action agenda. Any debate or discussion? Not hearing any, I'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Thank you very much.
So the President's State meeting, but maybe we could go to Jamie. I'm happy to talk about Founders Day.
Okay,
Perfect.
Jamie, you're up.
We are excited. A couple of things from the alumni report is we just wanted to highlight a couple of things from the alumni. One is that student engagement. We had the largest group ever join the MUS this year, over 7,000, and we had record attendance at the MUS pregame home tailgates. We also brought back the rivalry food drive, and now that we're back in accomplishments with BYU, and our food drive raised the equivalent of 35,000 meals for the Utah Food Bank. And then recently, the night before Thanksgiving, we have Friendsgiving here at the university and had a number of students come and enjoy a Thanksgiving meal together. So those were some great things that alumni are doing and that we're involved in. We're also excited to announce the Distinguished Alumni Awards for this upcoming Founders Day. This year's honorees, and in your packet, you'll see the bios, but M. John Ashton, who was the Executive Director of the U's Office of Alumni Relations, formerly the Alumni Association, he'll be getting honored. The Reverend France Davis, who I took a class from when I was at the U, the pastor of the Calvary Baptist Church, he will be recognized. Lisa Eccles, the President, COO, and board member of the George S. and Dolores Story Eccles Foundation. We all know Lisa, and well deserved. And then Cecilia Foxley, who was the commissioner of the Utah System of Higher Education for a number of years, and she'll be honored. And then last, we're excited to honor Ambassador John Price and Marcia Price, who have done so much. Nothing more important than having Steve and who we love here. And so we're excited for this. The event itself will be at the end of February. I should have that date memorized. I think it is, I want to say February 27th. So look forward to having all of you there if you can make it, but it should be a wonderful night.
February
27th,
27th.
Thursday.
Yes. And that's great. I have on here as well that, so Lisa Eccles was on the board when I joined a while ago, a couple of years ago, and she has also been named as the Salt Lake Chamber's giant in our city. Yeah. I didn't know that. That is awesome. It's really awesome. Great for her. She certainly has been a giant in our city. That's awesome. Okay, so why don't we, so Founder's Day is great. Great event. It's been fun to be a part of that. So encourage all of us to attend. And then why don't we go to Ryan Christiansen to invite us trustees to a FinTech conference.
Indeed. Thank you for the time this morning. I've got handouts. Would you pass those down if you don't mind?
Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to give a quick update and a personal invitation to our upcoming FinTech conference is being held on January 23rd and 24th at the Hyatt downtown. The 24th is actually an activity day where we'll be doing snowmobiling or skiing up at Deer Valley. Love to have each of you attend. On the cards, there's a QR code that gives you the agenda and allows you to register. I promise you it's a very quick registration. I've done it many times to make sure. It should take you less than a couple of minutes. If not, I know Chris has volunteered to have some help in getting you registered. I'll just give you a quick highlight of the event. It's been 2 years since we launched the FinTech Center, and that was when we had our very first conference. Now, 2 years later, we truly have become the premier FinTech event in the nation. We've got most of the luminaries from FinTech coming. We have one of the largest FinTech podcasts coming and broadcasting live. We've got lawmakers, regulators. We've got the former CEO of Morgan Stanley on stage with the co-founder of Capital One, and some of the biggest influencers in FinTech as well at the conference. So great agenda. Be talking about the technological, economic, and regulatory impacts of FinTech, and we do that on a year-to-year basis, as well as having some breakout rooms. And I'm really excited about our roundtable rooms. So this is where we're putting together industry professionals in a room, 20, 25 people to have in-depth discussions versus being talked at from the stage. And one of our roundtable discussions I'm really excited about, which is bringing together faculty and we've invited the deans as well, along with industry participants to talk about the needs of industry from an education standpoint. So love to have you all there and happy to answer any questions you may have, but thank you very much for the time.
No, thank you. So that's January 23rd, 24th. I just sent it to someone in our office that I know would really love it as well.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Should we go to the senior vice president reports?
Let's do that.
We'll work our way backwards.
I'm going to cover one point from President Randall's notes, which you have in your folder, which is that we have entered a partnership with Sandia National Laboratories, which is very exciting for us to help work on collaborations in a variety of areas. There are nearly, I think it's 35 Sandia employees that live in Salt Lake City, which was a surprise to learn. So we're working on creating opportunities for them to interact with us physically on campus, but also engage in Albuquerque in the lab itself on collaborative research. We've appointed several faculty fellows to support our 1U Wellbeing and Resilience Initiative. So we have faculty from across the institution, including Dr. Ivana Raman from pediatrics, Dr. Michelle Vo from psychiatry, Dr. Angela Smith from gender studies and English, who will work with PDS more to help really build out a wellbeing and resilience initiative for the entire institution. Just briefly, so the full board hears that we'll be talking about in our small group meeting after we've launched a series of new tools that we're rolling out in partnership with a company called Gray Decision Intelligence. And so these are tools that will provide really sophisticated market opportunity analysis for all of our degree programs. And we will share that with our academic subcommittee, but this will help us. We are really being preemptively responsive to what the legislature is talking about in terms of paying close attention to market opportunity for our degrees so that we are being responsive to market as we both refine and reevaluate current degrees and launch new offerings. So we're very excited about that.
So meaning just kind of,
It has a very sophisticated analysis of employer
Yeah.
demand, student demand, and also competitive intensity for every single program that we offer. And every single program everybody else offers as well.
Cool.
Really cool data, AI-based approach to scraping all sorts of information that's out there so we can see where we are performing and producing graduates in relation to what the market wants, so employer demand job postings and student searching for, I'm interested in a degree in mechanical engineering, for example. And how many other.
so ways just to optimize for all of the above.
Yeah, for planning. So
Yeah.
really for our academic enterprise planning efforts. So I'll do a little showcase today and then we can bring more information about that back to the board.
Would it be at our counselors?
It will be,
Not on the, so much on the individual,
more for,
your level planning.
it's for each of the colleges and schools, each department, as they're planning and managing their portfolio of programs.
Okay.
So, very exciting. And then last, I'll just share exciting news about one of our departments, Department of Communication.
That was Provost Montoya's way of trying to entice you to show up on time.
Why did I say that? Thank you,
Not even
trustee.
looked yet. It should be that.
It's not at all what I was saying. Thank you. Department of Communications is broken into the global top 30 Shanghai rankings, ranked 29th overall in the world and 17th among all US universities, one spot behind Cornell. So this is communications. The Shanghai rankings are the rankings that international students look to as they decide what programs they want to explore and attend. So this is very important to us as we work to improve our rankings, to be in the top 30 in Shanghai, which ranks more than 5,000 universities in the world, is really very impressive. So to be ranked 17th in the world is a great accomplishment to our communications department. So kudos to them. Yeah, it's really incredible. Okay, so that concludes my report.
Okay,
Cheers, Roger.
why don't we, can go to Joe and on president? Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, okay. Little ASU report. So it's been 2 months since ASU has given a report. Finals did not slow us down. And we're hard at work. So here's our updates. So Vice President of Student Relations, Paige Moon, and our Student Resource Director, Celine Cardenia, are collaborating with Chief Squires to host a safety forum in January to hear students' voices and update the student body on crucial issues such as campus lighting and accessible safety resources. Last year, the O'Leary presidency chose to fund a mobile feed you pantry for the annual class gift. So where are we at now with this last year's class gift? We're getting the final vinyl wrap on the mobile van and can be up and running by next semester, making the feed you pantry more accessible to students. When it comes to initiatives of collecting student discounts for students all around Salt Lake, we're aiming to have 100+ discounts in a list by the beginning of next semester. Life can be pretty pricey for students, and hard to balance. So we want to be able to make sure they know of the benefits around Salt Lake. Now, when it comes to events, we had our famous Red Fest concert, which happens every fall semester, had over 700 students in attendance. And we featured local artists and student bands and alumni artists. And in this next coming months, we'll have our biggest events. So we have Grand Kerfuffle, which is in April, which will feature big name artists for Uniting Campus. And also we'll be reactivating an old tradition in a collaboration with Andrea Thomas's team called Red Shred, where we'll provide 200 Brighton Day ski passes with bus rides and discounted ski gear on February 7th. making sure we get students on the mountain and that they're aware of the great resources they have around them in the Rocky Mountains. And then the ASU student presidency ticket filing for the next elections is now over, but still open until the middle of January for Assembly, Senate, Attorney General, and so on. So thank you for your continued support as we work to get together to enhance the student experience.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Is Harriet up here for academic senate report? Anyone? Okay. Why don't we go to Marie Winters?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Hi, Marie, representing staff.
Or you can, so we can get on the camera for folks watching it.
Oh, okay, sure, absolutely.
The thousands,
See, I
the
got
thousands of
dressed
audience.
up for the occasion. Yeah, hi, I'm Marie, President of Staff Council, and just want to give you an update on what we've been up to in the last month. Very quickly, we last month selected our Tom Loveridge Memorial Scholarship recipient, a wonderful gal named Amalo Haro, returning non-traditional student who works in the Division of Cardiovascular Medicine. We also added 2 new ex officio members to our executive committee. We're very excited about having Harriet Hopp as Academic Senate President, sitting and partnering with Staff Council to really forge those bonds between faculty and staff, as well as Jake Sorensen from Auxiliary Business Development. We see a lot of great opportunities to partner with ABD to bring in, again, more scholarship and professional development opportunities for staff. We also are very excited because we procured a $1,000 anonymous donation so that we could participate with the Academic Senate in Giving Day this year in order to raise money for the One U Cares, the One U Cares Faculty and Staff Emergency Fund. So I don't know if folks know about this, but this fund exists to provide imminent support up to $500 for any faculty or staff member who is in need. And this has been historically very poorly funded. So we are hoping to raise some money. And if anyone would like to talk to me about setting up an endowment to help support faculty and staff, I'd be glad to talk. And last but not least, we're also very excited because we've been forming a great partnership with the newly approved Center for Community and Cultural Engagement. We've been working with Leilani McLaughlin to, again, highlight and amplify the work that they're doing for faculty and staff. So, any questions? All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. President.
Hey, thanks. We have one very large announcement this morning. As you know, we've been searching for Dr. Michael Good's replacement, and Mike has done a remarkable job growing the healthcare system during his time here. He'll be moving to retirement, or I don't know what his, doesn't look like a particularly strict form of retirement is all I'm going to say based on his plans. But we're deeply grateful for him. So today, I am pleased to announce the appointment of Dr. Bob S. Carter as the new Senior Vice President for Health Sciences and the CEO of University of Utah Health. Dr. Carter is Mass General Hospital's neurosurgeon in chief, a professor of neurosurgery and the William Elizabeth Sweet Endowed Professor in Neuroscience at Harvard Medical School. He's got more than 18 years of experience as a researcher and instructor in neurosurgery at Harvard, and then another 7 years at the University of California, San Diego, where he served as the chair of the faculty of the School of Medicine. He brings a deep knowledge of medical research and education. On October 21st, Dr. Carter was elected to the National Academy of Medicine. He also has deep experience in healthcare administration. He helped launch the integrated academic and clinical teams at Mass General and Brigham and Women's Hospital earlier this year. Co-founder of a number of neurological institutes, both at San Diego and at Mass General. So we're excited to have him join us on February 15th, that'll renew our leadership team along with Mitzi. And so we're excited to have him come along. That is the big announcement for the morning.
Right?
Yeah. A couple other things. Mark Harlan's here. I will just say, they're graduating students over in athletics. 95% graduation rate this year, which ties the highest ever in academics, or academic record in athletics. So thank you, Mark, for the good work that you guys have been doing. Football recorded its highest score since the graduate success rate was measured at 96%, and 12 Utah athletic teams achieved a 100% rate in the 2024 report.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As Marie alluded to, we did have our new Center for Community and Cultural Engagement approved. This was taken through the Utah Board of Higher Education in their November 21st meeting, and so we're excited to get programming going across campus. This was a center formed in response to House Bill 261, and so we'll now begin extensive programming through that center. That is my report for today. I want to express deep appreciation as we take on our last board meeting of the calendar year. Thanks everyone for all the work. We've done a lot this year. More to come.
So will Dr. Good be transitioning into retirement? February, March to be.
Yeah, February, March, there's going to be I believe about a month overlap between the two as we kind of transition, and then he'll take a well-deserved sabbatical.
Yeah. Thanks to him. Great news.
You've run a very efficient meeting.
We're done, right? So we can go to arrangements academic.
You'll be more than on time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're starting immediately.
We're early.
Next meeting, January 14th. No, later start dates. This will be another deep dive into the campus master plan review.
On the 14th?
Yeah.
Okay, we need that. That'd be great. Randy? Okay, we're done. And how much time between now and your?
5 minutes. Oh, no?
We gotta make sure Keith is here. I don't see Keith yet. Okay, we'll be ready. Yes, 5-ish minutes. You won't be late. Other
Expired.
Keith
I
is
think we
more.
start as soon as Christian leaves for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going over right now.
Okay,
Thank
thank you,
you.
everyone.
And can let the record show that that was the fastest meeting.